Got mariachi in your house? No. Just got some mariachi music drifting in on the wind. They were playing some straight out corridos earlier. Now it sounds like they're playing some like Norte Mexicano kind of stuff. It is a vibe. It's nice. Sounds like a party. Yeah. I think you're probably right. It probably is a party. Folks having a good time. COVID party. It's certainly not the only one going on in the world. Good evening. How did my Saturday go? Well, my Saturday went well. Good shit. Just felt like I needed to let that song finish. I was enjoying listening to it too much, so I had to just let it go. Copyright strike from fucking half a mile away. I know. I was just enjoying the music. Not necessarily natural ambiance, but one of the parts of my ambiance out here that I like Is this a torch? Yeah, it's a little torch. You aren't watching WrestleMania tonight? No. I haven't watched wrestling since I was like fucking 10. Imagine if you whipped out a trumpet and started playing back. I know. Just kind of makes me want to like wander over there and join in. It's a good example for me of how culture is warm and inviting. I guess the sound of that type of music is not warm and inviting to everybody, but it sure is warm and inviting to me. Says, come on over, bring a 6-pack, let's have a good time. Is it live music? I can't tell exactly. I don't think it is. I think somebody's just playing some recordings, but it very well may be live. The greatest gift of existence is sharing it with someone else. You think so? How do you feel about the right having the market cornered on sustainable living and homesteading? Huh? You should start a reaction channel and pretend you never heard famous songs. Boomer listens to Montero for the first time. Thumbnail with me like... I bet it would get 1 million views. I bet it would, dude. Someone in here said, have you heard of the Beatles yesterday? Dude, I know. I am aware. I know. Is there a specific car you would like to drive before you die? Nah, not really. It'd be fun to drive some different types of cars, but I don't have like a bucket list of cars as such. Has to be more clickbait. Bisexual watches Montero music video. Yeah. Bisexual boomer reacts to Montero. Got to get that good clickbait thumbnail, you know? Just take a bunch of pictures of me like that. Man, can you imagine, like, making that kind of content for a living? Jesus Christ. Oof. Oh, fuck me. Bisexual boomer can't handle Montero reaction. Every time I see a thumbnail like that, a piece of my brain shrivels up and dies. My whole brain did that a long time ago. You know, it's just the reptilian brain that's left that speaks to you guys every day and does all the things that I do in my life. My higher functioning withered and turned, turned into two little fucking dried up meatball looking things in here. The only thing I've got left is my basal ganglia. You know what I mean? It's just all lizard brain up here. A fly? Like the idea of a modern left-wing victory garden movement where home and community gardens are supported by the government. Instead of supporting war, it's supporting people and the environment. Man, that's a fucking... Dude, you may as well ask for fucking Biden to pull his pants down at the next press conference and bend over and spread his old cheeks and like have a unicorn right out of there. You know what I mean? Excuse me. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like... That's not happening, bro. I mean, I don't dislike the fucking idea, but you know what I mean? I just don't see it happening. I mean, the modern left wing of our political party is too busy arguing over how many drilling contracts they're going to be able to sign in a day, how many more people they can stuff into holding facilities meant for 50 people max, when they're going to strategically bomb another country, how they're going to play up the narrative against other countries in order to make what we're doing continue to look like the lesser of two evils, etc. That's what our modern left wing is busying itself with, not ideas like you just presented. If tweeting grew plants, this would work. Yeah, you're probably right. Is there any movies or games you can think of that you really liked as a kid but didn't age well as an adult? I mean, I liked a lot of games as a kid that were pretty functionally bad games. It's just like back when I was a kid, and this may sound dystopian, but like there were fewer games to go around, and the idea that somebody would release a crappy game hadn't really set in yet. And so you went into every game with the assumption that it was probably a really good game and you just were really bad at it. So like, for example, I used to like playing the Ninja Turtles game on the original NES, the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. And that game is like notoriously shitty. It's notoriously hard to fucking... It's just got horrible controls. The game is just bad. But I loved that game when I was a kid, you know? So I can't really think of any that, like, other than me just being an adult now and being able to go like, okay, this is just a shitty game, you know? Because the idea of a shitty game at some point came into my mind. But yeah, no, I loved that game when I was a kid. Can we get a DFF segment where you organize the overthrow of capital? Yeah, dude, I'll get right on that. I'll squeeze it in Monday or Tuesday. Paul, couldn't the Alabama Amazon plant employees call the health department on Amazon for the trace pee-pee and poo-poo particles in the package? High probability employees aren't washing hands either. You really think that the health department or any apparatus of the American government wants to intercede in the biggest corporation in the world making billions of dollars to protect a few people? All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. And what do you think Michael was saying? What they do you think that he meant? I mean, he's pretty explicit about it in the song, but just listening to the line, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. What do you think he meant? You think he just meant Republicans? Trump? Right. The system as a whole. They don't care about us. When I say us, I mean average people, normal people, regular old people, abnormal people. People. They don't care. So how do you reform that system? Paul burns his finger with that torch. I've been smoking a little longer than that, bro. I'm 40. The chances of me burning myself while torching up a fucking bowl, like less than zero. Less than zero. The have-nots. The system is to use human bodies to produce physical labor and then replace them fast with their brood. Death becomes a positive when you think like an evil corporation. Well, of course. Michael Jackson never grew up. He was Peter Pan, his favorite fairy tale. Does that change the argument and point of the song that we're talking about? How did Peter Pan write that song? If Michael Jackson was this cartoon character that people paint him as, how did Peter Pan decide to write that song? Where did Peter Pan find those lyrics? What the hell did that have to do with the topic? Just a gatekeeper. Just somebody who hears a bold statement and wants to discredit it by attacking the person that made it. Nothing to see here. I don't think that was an intent. You were getting moody, Paul. Getting moody? How moody am I now? You think you hit the nail on the head? Think maybe you should have kept that little time waster to yourself now? Probably not. Probably got 5 or 6 other accounts. Concern trolling never left style, dude. It has always been and will always be one of the most common forms of trolling discussions. Good evening. Good evening. I've never been a person that says good evening. I've always thought of that. Good evening. Like some kind of vampire saying it to you. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's not your fault. I know. Well, when people come in and state the obvious, like, hey, Paul, you're a little erratic and moody. It's like, are you new? Is this your first day here? Travis, this is not the place to find people of like mind. This is not the place to go like anybody like what I like and start a chat fucking conversation. I know the squid is drunk and high, but the squid would like to say, I feel like Paul and Amazing Wife are old friends. You both make my day, along with the D. Well, thank you. Yeah, nobody likes what you like. So anybody in here believe in angels or... did you go through with canceling Amazon? Yes, I did. As soon as I ended my stream today, I went directly to my computer. I had Amelia help me to make sure I did it right. Canceled my Amazon Prime subscription. And then went through, because it doesn't cancel right away because you pay for it in blocks or whatever. So I have access to it for another couple months or whatever, but I told it to stop auto-renewing, which it has for like over 10 years for me, probably. I've had this Amazon account forever. Told it to stop auto-renewing, and then I went in manually and deleted my subscription to HBO Max. Well, not HBO Max, the HBO through Amazon. I canceled my subscription to PBS, which kind of sucks, but, you know, what are you going to do? I canceled my subscription to a smaller channel called Docs, and I canceled my subscription to Shudder. Those were the 4 channels that I was paying like $2, $3, $5.99 a month for. Canceled all of that. So it'll be 2 months before my account is no longer a Prime account, because once again, you pay the Prime thing quarterly or whatever the fuck. So, yep, got that all canceled. The only thing that I've still yet to do is to call my bank and to find a way to transfer my credit card, because my credit card is an Amazon Prime card where I get points to use on Amazon. So there's no need for that card anymore. I'm going to be accumulating points I'll never spend. So, yeah, got to get that switched. But yes, other than switching out my credit card, I canceled my Amazon subscriptions today. Like, I wouldn't make a statement like that if I had no intention of doing it. There's just no fucking way. So I bonked out. I'm thinking about, I own an actual Roku TV, so I'm thinking about actually just subscribing to these channels via the Roku app or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, as far as the TV stuff goes. And then as far as ordering things go, I can get pretty much everything that you can get on Amazon directly from different manufacturers. I can be selective about where I fucking purchase things from. And I can wait a little longer to get it. And that's what I'll be doing from here on out. There's absolutely no way that I'm giving another fucking dime willingly and openly to that company. So many subscription services. Yeah, like PBS is like $1.99 a month. Docs was like 99 cents a month. The most expensive one that I had was HBO through there. It's like $15 a month or some shit. Got a fucking Amazon gift card for your birthday? Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? You probably sell it. Trade that shit for some weight. My doing this and maybe a couple of people following me that watch the stream and shit today is not even gonna make a fucking blip on the radar of Amazon. But personally, I will not, at least I won't be as directly supporting people being worked in the way that my wife was. Because listening to her describe the way that her job was today was just fucking harrowing for me. We talked about it before. I knew what she did over there, but like hearing the whole loop of it and hearing that shit, nope. Well, thanks, Chris McDougal. Have a nice day at work. Yeah, the stream from earlier today, the one right before this, the last 30 minutes, 45 minutes of it or so, I just sit and talk with Amelia about her job at Amazon. She worked at a fulfillment center in Indiana for 3 years. I was so angry listening to the way that she was treated at that place. So you don't understand, and this just extrapolates out. Amelia is one individual that I know, and she is the sweetest, most soft-spoken, unassuming person that you'll probably ever meet in your fucking life. And that place treated her like a fucking donkey. Like, they treated her like a bow-backed mule at that place. And she doesn't deserve that. And she's just one of many great people that have to work at places like that. They say you do nothing but you got me off Prime. Well, I mean, whatever. Like I said, dude, I'm not trying to fucking start a revolution or nothing, but I just won't do it. I just won't personally do it anymore. Even the biggest jerk doesn't deserve it. No, you're right. They don't. I would unironically return to monkey by myself before working a job like that. And good luck with that. Just quit a job at FedEx. They literally brag at orientation about being a union-free workplace, a horrible FC to work at, as most are. Yeah. And they want to put out those ads like we love our workers, right? We love our cops, our law enforcement. We love our military. They're important. You guys remember that shit? Remember Baked Alaska? Probably not. If I get what I want delivered to my house in a short amount of time, I won't go against the practiced mainstream leftists. Huh? Lowe's very anti-union. Most places are. Maybe AOC will do something to help Amazon workers. Yeah, maybe she will. I don't know. Maybe she will. Unironically, maybe she will. I don't know. Yeah, Baked Alaska got arrested. He's in jail, right? Because of his role in the Capitol riots. We love our cops, our law enforcement. We love our military, they're important. I was explaining the working conditions of the Amazon workers to one of my conservative coworkers, and he replied back with lots of jobs are like it. I mean, he's not wrong. That doesn't excuse it. He's not wrong, though. I mean, my parents both were worked like donkeys for most of their lives. My dad escaped it a little bit by joining management. My mother was worked like a literal fucking donkey her entire life. And because of that, she's had spinal surgery. She has joint problems. She's, in her old age, not as mobile as she would have been had she not been worked like a fucking donkey her whole life. My stepfather, the same thing. Spent his whole life working in factory environments and literally just wore his spine and neck and joints and shit down to nothing. And now they're both retired, and thank goodness for that. But they're both in pain all day, every day. And they actually had good jobs. They had union jobs. So this type of work it's just inhumane. I realize more and more how psychotic and sociopathic this society is. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. Fucked up part is sitting jobs, desk jobs, etc. are just as horrible for the body. Apparently cuts 10 years off your life on average. Yep. Paul, why do you like the workers? Paul, why do you think the workers voted against unionization? I talked about it earlier today, but I suspect that most of them feared for their jobs if they voted for unionization. If it passed, they feared that Amazon would just legally close their fulfillment center and fire everybody there, lay everybody off, move it to a different county or a different state, hire a bunch of new people. And they're likely right. That's likely what would have happened. It's now become a duty to completely drain you. This is a jam right here. Hear that tuba? Tejano, yeah. I love hearing music from a distance too. boom, 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 boom. So good. A fucking guitarist is going off too. This is a bop right here. I can't even talk. I've just got to let this one play out. I love it. You ever listen to a song just to focus on one instrument musician? Sometimes I hear a thing I never hear before when I do that. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things about listening to music is picking out different parts of beats or different different instruments in the mix, different layering on the vocals and shit. Do, 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 do. Band is going off. Is that Johnny Bumpins? Johnny Bumpins is coming. I can feel him coming. Do you guys hear him? Johnny Bumpins is definitely coming. He's in the neighborhood. Where did he go? I could have swore I heard Johnny Bumpins. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I know I scared him off. He heard me. He was like, "Oh!" And he dipped, turned his shit way down, cut his lights off. Bumpins won't bump. I swear I hear him. Dude, he's in the neighborhood. Johnny Bumpins is up, he's awake, and he's in the neighborhood. Bonnie Jumpkins, dude. I told you. Fucking told you. Hear it? He's here. He's in the fucking neighborhood. I told you. Bumpin's gonna bump. Dude, he is the wind. I told you. Johnny Bumpins is out there. Johnny Bumpins has a big American flag on the back of his truck. When he drives by. Boom. Gute Nacht, Paul. I think you mentioned German theater cinema before. Do you know the movie Downfall? And did you like the performance of the actor who played Hitler? He sadly passed away recently. Yes, Downfall is actually a really good movie. Subject of a lot of memes, you know? Like a lot of people subtitled the Hitler getting the bad news about the collapse of the Berlin front. You know what I mean? And made it other things, and that's mostly what people know the movie Downfall from, but the movie is actually really, really great. Mein Führer. War schnell. Hagen, du Kriegs, Steiner und Burgdorf. Scene is actually amazing, of course. That's why it was so memeable. It's a great scene. Ja, das ist mein Teil. Mein Führer, unfortunately, Hostess is going out of business. There will be no more Twinkies. Machen du Heigen Flugen Schlag. Yeah, the angry Hitler videos, yeah. That's where they all come from. You should actually watch the movie that it comes from. Downfall is actually a pretty dope flick. There's another movie that a lot of people sleep on. It's another German film called Das Boot. Probably my favorite of a subgenre of war films I like to call submarine like tension films. Like it's like the king of that. Das Boot. I remember when Hostess went out of business, people were buying up Twinkies from the grocery store I worked at so they could sell them on eBay for $600 a box. Damn. Damn. Well, I think I'm done for the night. Thanks for chilling. I'll see you later. Bye.